Hello golf fans and welcome back for another week of Daily Fantasy PGA. I'm Chris Terrell and I'm here for dailyfantasysportsrankings.com, that's DFSR.com for short, to bring you my breakdown and top picks for the 2018 AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am from Pebble Beach, California. This week we're back to a three-course rotation again. All players will get one round on each of the three courses before a 54-hole cut, the top 60 in ties after Saturday's round. Also unique this week is the Pro-Am that goes all the way through the final round, which really sucks if you like watching golf, but it's excellent if you like watching Bill Murray, Kenny G, Larry the Cable Guy, and other celebrities and CEOs play golf. If you'd like to see my breakdown of those courses, you can go to the article here right below the intro. We've got, you can see all the hole makeups. You got the Pebble Beach golf links, we've got Monterey Peninsula and Spyglass Hill. And then I've also got listed the whole composition and approach shot distribution for Pebble Beach, which will be used twice. It'll also be used in the final round. And that's from Fantasy National Golf Club. Got previous winners, top stats in the model. Then in the article I go over course history targets, current form targets, and stats targets as well. Now before we get into the picks, we're going to take a look at how to open the sheet. In the top right up here in the intro, you can find DFS PGA Weekly Cheat Sheet link. You can click that. It's going to open up a view-only file, so you're not going to be able to sort any rows or adjust the model whatsoever. So what you're going to want to do if you want to do that is go to File, make a copy, name it whatever you'd like, and click OK. It's going to open up another version of the cheat sheet. That one's going to be editable, so what you're going to be able to do is change these the model weights here. So I got 30% on approach. I've also got 30% over here on birdie or better percentage, 15% on par 5 scoring, 15% on strokes gained around the green, and then I got 10% on that proximity from 100 to 125 yards. So another thing you can look at, if you wanted to sort the sheet either by, say, FanDuel pricing, you can click on anywhere in that column D in any one of the salaries there. Go up to Data, sort sheet Z to A, which would be highest to lowest. And it's going to sort all the players by their FanDuel salaries. Something else I do each week is just kind of sort by the odds, and then just kind of look and you can find some values that way. And then something else you can always do is sort the overall weighted ranking. So you'd come over here into column A, data, sort A to Z because you want lowest to highest. And then you can kind of see the guys sorted by their rankings when it comes to my overall model, which looks at over here on the right. We've got stats, history, form, and DraftKings points last 5 tournaments. So both of those weights, whether it be the stats model or the overall model, is going to add up to 100. Alright, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to sort by DraftKings pricing, and we're going to take a look at some of my cash plays this week. I think there's a couple ways you can go stars and scrubs and bounce, so I'm going to give you some cash game plays for both. We're going to start out with the balanced cash game approach this week, and I'm going to start with Paul Casey. And if you're starting to balance lineup, there's no better place to turn than Paul Casey. He hasn't missed a cut on tour since the Sony Open last year, which is a stretch of 24 straight events, including his T9 at the Abu Dhabi Championship at the end of January here. In that time, in that 24 no missed cuts streak, he's also tallied 10 top 10s and 18 top 25 finishes. And then looking at the stats, we're just going to scroll over here. We're going to have a look at that. You can see he is 6th on the sheet in strokes gained approach, 8th in strokes gained ball striking, 13th in par 4 scoring, 27th in par 5 scoring, 6th in scrambling, and 10th in bogey avoidance. And the only reason you see here that he's ranked 24th overall in the model is just because he defaults down because of a lack of course history. But I'm not at all worried about him, and we'll be using him in all my cash game lineups this week. Next up, we got Pat Perez. He's number 4 in my overall model. He's at 40 to 1, 19th player in the world. As you can see, he's got an average of 97.2 DraftKings points per tournament over his last 5 tournaments. So that's really good. Mid 8K price tag. So that sits nice. And if it's course history or after, Perez brings that to the table, as he's made the cut here at Pebble Beach in 6 straight years, including a T14 last year and 2 top 10s. He's also made the cut in 13 out of 15 career trips to Pebble Beach as well. He also comes in with form, having made 6 cuts this season, including a T29 at the Omega Dubai Desert Classic on the European Tour, and also including a win at the CMIB Classic in the fall wraparound season in 2017. Going even further back, he's made 12 straight cuts, dating back to the WGC Bridgestone last year, in which he finished 69th, and I list that just because that was a no-cut event. He also fits the stats model, ranking 16th in strokes gained approach, 17th in par 5 scoring, 9th in par 4 scoring, and 9th in both birdie or better percentage and bogey avoidance. So I think he makes a great value at 8,600 for your balanced cash game lineup as well. Next up, we got Brandt Snedeker. He's 51st overall in the model. He's 35 to 1 odds, so that's, looking at the range there, that's pretty good odds. Patrick Reed's kind of in that same range. Everyone else is kind of in the 40 to 80 range, in that low 8K, high 7K range. So that really stands out for me this week. He's also right up there in course history. He's finished 4th here last year, and he's won the event in 2013 and 2015, so he's very comfortable here. He's also coming off a T23 at the Waste Management Phoenix Open, so he's got form. He's coming into form as well. He's made 3 to 4 cuts this season. Statistically, he stands out in a few areas, which I'm kind of looking at for cash games. I don't have my cash game model up there, but I'm going to put a little more emphasis on strokes gained around the green and scrambling. And he is 4th in strokes gained around the green, 1st in scrambling, 2nd in bogey avoidance. And looking at his last 24 rounds via Fantasy National Golf Club, he's 27th in DraftKings scoring, which is going to be key this week. You're going to want some extra scoring because it is a 54-hole cut event with the top 60 in ties. So the scores are going to be a little bit higher because everyone's going to get an extra round in there. So we're going to want 6 out of 6 golfers isn't necessarily going to cash come Sunday. You're going to want some scoring and some higher finishes in there as well, and I think Brandt Snedeker definitely fits that model this week. So next up, we're going to look at some stars and scrubs. I like the idea of going more balanced in double ups and 50-50s, but can definitely make the case for stars and scrubs this week with all the values on DraftKings. Myself, I'll be using more stars and scrubs in my head-to-head formats and multipliers. So let's jump in and take a look at some of those options. So starting with the stars, I'm going to go right up to the top, and 2 guys that I wrote up in my article that I will be kind of centering my lineups around this week are Dustin Johnson and Jason Day. Both players coming off wins in their last starts. Day at the Farmers Insurance Open, DJ at the Century Tournament of Champions. Day also has 2 T11 finishes this season at the CJ Cup and WGC HSBC Champions event, while DJ also played the WGC HSBC Champions, and he finished T2 there. Both also have tremendous course history. DJ's won this event in 2009 and 2010, and he's made 9 of 10. He's made the cut in 9 of 10 trips here, including 7 top 10s. Day finished top 5 in 2 of the last 3 years here. He's made the cut in 6 of 7 trips with 4 total top 10s as well. So course history, check the box for both those guys. They both check the box when it comes to key stats. Johnson ranks 7th in strokes gained approach, 10th in strokes gained around the green, 1st in both birdie or better percentage and bogey avoidance. Day ranks down a little bit when it comes to strokes gained approach. You can see he's at 92nd, but scrolling over and having a look at that proximity from 100 to 125 range, he's 6th in that area, so that's a little bit of a positive there. He's also 9th in strokes gained around the green and 5th in birdie or better percentage. So both, I think, make excellent starts to a stars and scrub cash game lineup this week, whether you are playing double ups, 50-50s, or head-to-heads. So then some scrubs. I guess you don't really want to call them scrubs, but better wording would be, I guess, value plays to help fit in those top guys in your cash lineups this week, especially when you're looking for a little bit of safety. So we're going to scroll down into that low 7K, high 6K range and look at a few guys. First one that stands out, I wrote about him in the article. He's number 21 overall, is Kevin Streelman, 7,300. Very consistent this season. He's made all 8 cuts with a top 10 and 4 top 25 finishes. He's finished top 20 here at Pebble Beach in back-to-back years. And then looking at some of his stats here, he ranks 23rd in strokes gained approach, 14th in strokes gained ball striking, 18th in proximity from 100 to 125 yards, and he's 6th in bogey avoidance and 7th in scrambling. So I think he makes a great option there for stars and scrubs cash game lineup. As you can see, he's 80 to 1. Kind of looks like, you know, Charlie Hoffman's the only other one in that area that's anywhere close to those odds. Stuart Sink and Julian Surrey 175 to 1. Everyone else is pretty much 300 to 1 or worse. So that's definitely one mispricing that we can take advantage of this week in the Stars and Scrubs lineup. Next up is a guy I've been talking about a bit this year, been kind of riding him throughout his rookie season. He's number 29th in my overall models, Austin Cook. Stands out even more when comparing DK salary to odds, as he is 70 to 1 in odds. And if we just have a look here in the gray area, the DK to odds differential, he is a plus 47 this week, as he is 71st in DraftKings salary ranking. It's his first time at Pebble Beach, but he's been very consistent so far in his rookie season. He's made 8 straight cuts, including a win at the RSM Classic, and he has 6 top 25 finishes in those 8 starts as well. He ranks 11th in strokes gained around the green, 4th in scrambling, 3rd in par 5 scoring, 6th in birdie or better percentage, and 5th in bogey avoidance. So definitely stands out as a solid cash game play, especially at 7,000 this week on DraftKings. So another guy just dipping kind of down into that high 6K range, 20th overall in my model this week, is Jason Kokrak. He's a plus 55, as you can see when looking at DraftKings salary to odds differential at 6,900, as he is 80 to 1 in odds, which is 26th best odds, 81st in salary. He's also been consistent this year. He's made 7 of 8 cuts so far, with 2 top 10s and 4 top 25s. He did miss the cut here at Pebble in 2015 and 2013, but's finished T30 or better in his other 4 appearances here in his career. Ranks top 30 in my sheet in strokes gained ball striking, par 5 scoring, birdie or better percentage, and bogey avoidance. So that's kind of a nice formula there as well. So that concludes my look at the cash game plays this week. And once again, like I said, I think you can make a case for going balanced or stars and scrubs this week, depending on which lineup construction makes you more comfortable. There's a lot of mispricings on DraftKings. I think we can take advantage of that. And just a reminder for GPP plays this week to go back to my article, check back on Wednesday, and at the bottom of the article here I have a section called Who's Being Mentioned on Fanshare Sports. So I kind of look at the top 3 most tagged golfers on Fanshare in each salary range, and then I kind of provide 2 or 3 GPP pivots that should be projected low owned. So be sure to check that out tomorrow. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section of the YouTube video. You can go down to the comments section in my DFSR article, or you can join me in the DFSR chat room here. I'll be there. Something else you can do is join the DFS Tap House Slack room, Slack chat. I'm in there quite a bit as well. There's a lot of excellent minds in there talking PGA pretty much every day. Answer any questions, share information, so it's a great place to spend your time as well. You can also check me out on Twitter at Jaeger_bombs9. And that pretty much concludes this video. Like I said, thanks for watching. Good luck this week, and may all your screens be green.